Hi, I'm so glad you're here. I know you can't see me, but that's because this video is going to be a little bit of a Christmas tree tour. I love holiday decorations, which I know I've mentioned in videos before, and I'm just sort of zoomed in on a spot here so that I can reveal the whole thing in a more dramatic way. But I am so glad that you're watching. I've missed you. It's been far too long. I apologize for that, but I am hoping that everyone who celebrates had a wonderful Thanksgiving, is having a wonderful late fall, early winter. I guess technically it's not winter yet, but I just wanted to pop on here and do my first, it's only December 4th, so I just wanted to do my first holiday video of the season. I have some more things that I would love to show you, love to do, so I hope you liked the last video. If you watched it, my first role play, it was silly, it was fun, it was right around Halloween, I guess, which was fitting, I suppose. So I just wanted to get that out there. I wanted to give it a shot, and then I sort of accidentally went dark. I did not mean to do that. Just like with so many people at Thanksgiving, it really did just get away from me. We had so much to do, and again, that's sort of the boat that everyone's in, I think. But again, I hope you had a wonderful holiday if you celebrate, and a wonderful few weeks even if you didn't or don't. So tell me about what you did. Tell me about how you are. Have you done, if you celebrate, any Christmas activities yet? Again, it's early. Other holidays that you may or may not celebrate. I know there's a bunch this time of year, so tell me, what do you celebrate? What did you do? What are you going to do? But let's get into this because I thought this would be fun. Now, I'm not showing you me because I just came from the gym and I look a mess. But that's okay. There is a hot shower and a snack waiting for me when when I'm done with this video. But again, I just wanted to get this done because I do have some other things to do, and I thought, let's get it rolling here. It's been too long. Okay, so let me just make a little sound before I zoom out. I love the sound that those fake flowers make. Okay, here's the grand reveal of my Christmas tree this year. Okay, there it is. So I am happy with it. I'm very happy with it, actually, but it's a little bit, it's uncharted territory for me. I do typically do white lights, but I don't usually do the florals. They're new, and I this year made a big decision. I ended up leaving our more sentimental ornaments off the tree, which is not on purpose. There are still some sentimental ornaments on there for sure, which you'll see. But anything that was like brightly colored, I left off. I decided to just stick with the neutrals and the reds and the greens and the silvers and the golds, and I guess those are kind of neutrals. So I just want to show you, I am happy with it. I love sentimental ornaments, but some of the ones we have are, I don't want to say tacky, but you know, everybody has some tacky ornaments that mean a lot to you, and I still have them. They're downstairs. I just chose to leave them off this year. But I had some mixed feelings about it. And you know, my husband was like, do whatever you want to do, who cares? And I'm like, right, like, it's not like I'm throwing them away, I'm just not putting them on the tree, right? Maybe someday I will move and I will have space for a second tree, and perhaps on that tree I'll do colored lights and all the colorful sentimental ornaments. So who knows? But our house is fairly like cozy, neutral, so I just you can see that sort of it's like a wooden, it's a wooden decoration. It's nothing special. I don't even remember where I got it, but I usually have our bar cart here in this corner. This is the corner of our dining room. We have a little bit of an open concept downstairs, so it's visible from the main living room seating area, which I actually love. So this is a great place for the tree. But again, that usually just kind of sits there. That's sort of the doorway to our kitchen. And then that sits there, or that hangs there, and the bar cart sits here. And usually I have a couple of things hung behind, but for Christmas I take those off, and that way the Christmas Christmas tree, excuse me, can just be like the main attraction. But I did leave that because I thought it kind of looked nice with the brown Christmas tree topper, which is a little bit rustic for the style that I ended up going with. But you know what? With that on the wall, I kind of feel like it works with the sort of more like rustic skirt and the Christmas tree collar underneath. I feel like it's okay, you know? And we have branches. Let's face it, those are branches. So at the end of the day, yes, there's pearls and glitz, but we still got some rusticy branch stuff going on here. Rusticy branch action. Okay. So let's look. So tell me what you think. Do you love it? Do you hate it? So okay, let's just start here. So I know I showed you this already. These flowers are actually, they are just like stuck. You can probably see if you look in there, you can see the stalk. They're thick and they're big, and they're actually from a neighbor, my parents' neighbor, who is the sweetest old woman. She's like a surrogate grandma. I love her to death. And she gave me this beautiful fake Christmas arrangement that she doesn't want anymore, doesn't use anymore. She asked me if I wanted it, and I said yes. And I put it on my dining room table, which is to my left here. And it was too tall. It didn't look right. And I thought, what am I going to do with this? Well, I ended up taking the flowers out, keeping the vase. The vase was beautiful. It was just like a plain glass etched vase. Like it had some etched flowers in it. Very, very plain, simple, but beautiful. I kept that. I'll use that for floral arrangements. I could use it year round. It actually reminds me more of spring. Totally fine. So it had these red flowers in it, and it had those branches in it with the, I guess flocked is the right way to say it, but the like snow-covered branches. So it was very pretty, but it was just tall, and the red looked very bright in the middle of my like dark wood dining room table. In person, the red looks a little, it looks a little, I don't want to say a little orange on camera, but this is a brighter, deeper red in person. Somewhere between like bright red and my nails. My DIY Christmas gel manicure. So it looks really, I like it. I like the color in person. Again, a little washed out and almost orange on camera, which isn't really what it looks like. But anyway, so I love that, and I thought, let me just stick them in. Let me see what happens. And I did the same with the branches. These I already had from a spring arrangement, and I thought, I love that. The hydrangea, I love it. I love hydrangeas, real and fake. If you can hear faint murmuring, it's my husband on a meeting upstairs. So please ignore. You may not be able to hear that. He's working hard, and I appreciate it. Okay, so anyway, I had these white fake hydrangeas, which I added. So I just, I ended up really, really liking it. I am thrilled with how it turned out. It is just a little bit different. And these pearls are actually my grandmother's Christmas tree pearls. She had, oh, excuse my zipper on the hardwood floor. She had it was so cool. She had a tree in her living room, or her family room, kind of her den, that had multicolored lights. And she would put all the sentimental ornaments on there. And then in the like more formal living room, she put a tree with just white lights. And the living room had sort of like, how do I say it? Sort of like a pinkish ivory theme. It was very formal, very classy. And in there she would put the tree with the white lights. And then she collected ornaments that had that like pinkish, purplish ivory look to them. And she had pearls on the tree, and the pearls were the same. They were this, plain pearl color. They had some pink, they had some purple, and it was just so beautiful. I thought it was just the coolest thing, and really, like, as an adult, I think it is still the coolest thing. So I am honored to have a string of her pearls from her living room tree on here. And they're kind of sparse, but they do go all the way up. And then, let's see, the other things, I don't remember where I got these berries, but I just kind of stuck them in. And these little, I don't know what this is called. Is it lamb's ear or something like that? It's fake, obviously. They actually have little silver clips to kind of clip them to the branches. They were like 99 cents one year from Walmart. And I can't remember whether I said this already. I don't think I did. The tree itself is actually from Walmart. It is not a pre-lit tree. As you can see, I do add lights. I am a little bit scarred from a pre-lit tree. My parents had a pre-lit tree, a beautiful, expensive pre-lit tree that they sort of splurged on when pre-lit trees were a new thing. And the pre-lit tree broke. The lights stopped working, and they took it back to this beautiful garden center that is not even in business anymore. And they said, you sold us this tree and the lights broke, what can we do? And the garden center said, nothing, we don't sell that tree anymore. So they couldn't help them. So my parents took like pliers and wire cutters and scissors, and they spent days de-lighting the pre-lit tree, and now they just hang lights on it. And I think that's just awful. It looks amazing, but the situation is just awful. Like, what a waste of money, right? So that's a shame. Although they've used it for, many years now, and it is a very nice tree, and they just hang lights on it, and it is what it is. So that being said, when I walked into Walmart not knowing what I wanted, I decided that I really didn't want pre-lit because I was just worried something like that would happen, especially from like a Walmart caliber tree, right? So this tree was maybe like $50. I think it's called their cashmere tree. And you can see the branches are kind of like, I don't know what this is called. I really don't. I love this type of branch. I think something about it is a little bit more, I don't know, like fluffy, natural looking. So I don't know if it's always called cashmere, this type of branch, but I think that's what it was called when I bought it. So let's see, we looked at the berries, and there's two styles of berries. There's this style that they're smaller and there's more of them. I like that style. And then there's the thicker ones. So I don't remember, I think they came in some mixture of like Christmas filler that I got years ago. So I just took them all out and I plugged them in, and if this is called lamb's ear, if I'm right about that, I kind of just, it's kind of a mix between like boxwood and lamb's ear. But I just kind of stuck those in for some different green. And okay, so then let's talk about the ornaments. So these, I got these from Amazon. The glitter is a little tacky, but when you're far away, it doesn't look like that. It looks more just, it almost looks like gems. So when you're far away, it really just looks shiny. When you're up close, it looks a little cheap. But guess what? It was cheap. So they're these little wooden, they're really, they're not fancy at all. They're these little, just like wooden cutout, kind of like fake ornaments. Not fake, but fake ornament shaped, but they're fake, I guess. So I do like the deer. I do have an affinity for deer. I don't know why. I like how they look on Christmas decorations. It's sort of majestic and peaceful. So I also have these. These were from Amazon, and I love these so much. They're plastic. My nails are so short, they don't make very good noises. Not much of an ASMR artist here, my apologies. But anyway, these are just like, they don't look it, but they're plastic. I love these. I used to hang these in our windows when I would use more of the sentimental ornaments on the tree, and I didn't really have room for everything. But they always, I don't know, I like them better when there's some light twinkling off them. I think they look really nice on the tree. This is a crochet ornament, I think from somebody my parents knew. And I'm embarrassed to say that I don't think I knew who it was. I feel like it was someone they worked with years ago, or one of them worked with years ago. And I think she did these at the holidays and gave them as gifts. And my parents, I think they just didn't have room on their tree anymore, and they wanted to get rid of some things. So I took some things that I liked. So I think there's another one up there. They're so cool. They're so beautiful. What a craft. I think that's amazing. They have a little bit of that like old-fashioned scratchy texture, but they're still soft. I love that. Okay, so here is just some plain, the first of just some plain Christmas balls that I have. Now, I think these are Martha Stewart. And I got them, so they came in a multi-pack, and I got them from, oh, I don't know. I feel like it was Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Burlington Coat Factory. It was one of those places. Again, my nails are a little too short to make noise. I'm hoping that the soft-spoken and crunchy sort of florally aspect of these sounds are doing it for you. Okay, so I have those, and let's see, there's another one of the Amazon Snowflake. There's another variety or another version of that same Martha Stewart ball collection, and I have some red ones there too. You can see the red. They also have a green. I have some green ones of this same collection downstairs in the basement, but the green is a little bit not bluish, but like up against all this red and other green, it almost looked a little bluish, so I decided to leave those off. Okay, so this one I absolutely love. I got this one in Cape May when my husband and I were there. I think we were there over Thanksgiving a few years ago. Look at how gorgeous that is. I got one for my friend as well, my best friend. I just absolutely, it reminds me of a seashell, and I mean that's fitting for Cape May, but also it's not supposed to be. It's just this beautiful glass. I just love it. It's like a champagne pink with rainbow. I just think it's gorgeous. So I love that. Nice and neutral, and I felt like it fit in. Excuse my zipper, so sorry. Okay, so you can see another Martha Stewart ball back there. And then this is sort of like the main event. These are Lenox instruments with the pretty red hanger, string, whatever you want to call it. And there's multiple. I love that one. I hung it in the front. There's multiple all over the tree. I'll stand up in a second. I ended up sitting. I'll stand up in a second and show you the rest. Oh, down here, this is just like kind of a glittery. I want to say this might have been given to me or attached to a gift, almost like decoration. It's nice and thick though. I like it. So I chose that. There's a lot of snowflake action on the tree this year. There's a plain star. That was my grandmother's. Okay, now I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna try not to make noise. Whoa, I made a slight old lady noise. Okay. Well, this is another style. This is almost like a rose gold of the Martha Stewart ornament. And then of course more floral. Can you see the harp? Isn't that beautiful? Has anyone seen all the talk about the Lenox Spice Village? How beautiful is that? Has anyone seen that? It's basically like little Lenox houses that you keep your spices in your kitchen, and it is not cheap, but I have the email updates about it. I don't have it, but I do have the email updates about it. This one is actually, so this is that same crochet, but this one's kind of crispy, and I don't know if maybe I'm assuming it was the same person to make this as the one down there. Let's see, where is it? There it is, right down there. I would assume it's the same person, but this one, I don't know if maybe she like decided to start coating them in something. I'm not sure, but that one's a little bit crispy, but that's okay. Okay, this was a gift from my parents. First Christmas in our new home, 2021. That was when we bought our house. Yeah, we got married in 2019 and we bought the house in 2021. I already showed you this. I love this. I love how intricate that is. The harp too. Okay. So, I showed you that plain star. I like that star kind of complements, I feel like it complements that one that I was showing you. Okay. So, there's these were a gift, and honest to God, they say live, laugh, love, which I know is like the most, like it's made fun of so much, but I couldn't not hang them. I think they're like the Ray Dunn style letters. I couldn't not hang them because I loved the fact that the bow, that like buffalo check bow, matches kind of the bow up there. I just felt like the tree is so, I don't know, glitzy or like traditional that I needed to pull in like a little bit of the rusticness of the tree topper and the wall hanger. So I decided to hang them just because I felt like it needed a little bit of a tie-in. Oh, I love this one. This is also from Kate May. How beautiful is that? The sand dollar wreath with the starfish. Love it. And then this, I posted a video earlier this year about taking a trip to Vermont and then Mystic, Connecticut on the way home. Our first like New England trip. And Mystic was so, they were both beautiful, but Mystic was just so cool. I loved it. If you ever get a chance to go to Connecticut, spend a night or two in the town of Mystic. It was awesome. So I saw this, the little sea glass and driftwood tree. And so I bought that. And so I just bought that this summer, so I had to hang it. Let's see if we can, yeah, there we go. Okay, so I figured, yeah, there's like a little beach theme. Laugh and go to the beach. Okay, more florals. And then these, I don't want to touch them because if I touch them, they snow, which is like my nightmare. I hate when things shed like glitter or like a flocked tree when it, or a flocked branch, I guess in this case. I hate when it like causes all that snow, but that's okay. I just won't touch it. Okay, so then down here, same Martha Stewart collection, discounted. And then another one, I like this one. I like the mommy and the baby, or the daddy and the baby. I love that. I love these. So these are a little bit of that like rustic tie-in too, I think. I don't know. You know, my wedding, I should like, I'm not very original. My wedding theme was sort of rustic elegance, and it was sort of like this in the sense that it was like glitz and glamour, but with like a little bit of like a wood, our venue had like beams of wood, but like also these beautiful chandeliers. And I feel like that's pretty basic for this time period, but but I really like it. I tend to still, all these years later, gravitate toward that. Okay, this was definitely attached to a gift, and I thought about like re-gifting it, but it looked so good with all my other stuff that I ended up just keeping it. I think there's two of those. Okay, and then there's love. You can see I put them in the back. I was like embarrassed. Like I don't. It's such a stereotype with my like rustic elegance tree to have live, laugh, love, but you know what? It's my tree, so I guess what I say goes. Okay, let me get my zipper off the floor again. Okay, wait. I think I'm dumb. This is a harp. What was that up there? What is that? Does anyone know what that is? The harp-ish that's shaped like a U? That's kind of silly of me. I don't know what that is. Is that a lute? What's a lute? Okay, please help me in the comments. Please learn me something. Okay. Another Amazon snowflake. Oh, and this is obviously very important. Our dog Duchess. This was her paw print when she was a puppy. We got her in 2021 after we bought the house. A couple months after we bought the house, we got her. She was so scared doing this. And I remember when I put her foot in for the first time, there was like a dirt streak. I was like, oh, that's just what's on your foot. So we had to redo it. We had to redo it like 3 times, and I had to like remold this, and she was not happy with me, but it was worth it. Duchess 2021. So that was her puppy print. Honestly, we got her in August, and she was like 4 months old. So her paws were pretty big when she was young. So by the time Christmas time rolled around, her paws were pretty much fully grown. even though she wasn't quite yet. So I love that ornament, and sorry, Duchess, but you being nervous during that process was worth it. Okay, let me put that back there. It's very heavy. That one's really heavy, so I try to keep it nice and low. God forbid it fell, it probably wouldn't shatter, although with my luck it might. Okay, let me see. So here's this side. This is really kind of around the back, so there's not as much back there. I just try to get enough to make it, you know, obvious that I went all the way around, even though I kind of didn't. Back here is sort of sparse, but no one can see that. Oh, another old lady noise. Okay, so this is what I don't know what that is. I'm embarrassed to say, because that is a harp for sure. Okay, also I think we need to readjust our tassels here. Don't we all? Okay. Okay, great. So let's see what else. Another snowflake. That one I just tuck. That one doesn't hang. I just used to kind of cover a gap back here. Another Martha Stewart. So, and then of course we have a trumpet, lovely, and a drum. I really should probably switch the drum and the one that I am not even familiar with. I have another Duchess ornament, my first Christmas. So cute. I love that. Another little bit of like a rusticy wooden ornament. Excuse my floor creaking. Do you hear that? Oh my goodness. Get some ASMR sounds going here. Okay. And then French horn. I forgot about that one. I love the French horn. Okay. So really that is about it. I feel like there's one I'm forgetting to show you, but I think we've gone over the whole tree. So it really, I don't think there's anything to remember. Thank you so much for watching. This really was just kind of a fun little exercise pre-holiday. I did some shopping today as far as like gift wrapping and things like that. I just needed to restock on some things. So I hope that you are having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful early holiday season. Let me know how you are. Thank you so much for stopping by. Of course, like and subscribe if you're willing. Leave me a comment. Tell me about you. Tell me if you have any holiday, you know, like Christmas related or whatever else related requests you'd like to see. I'm looking forward to doing more role plays. I've been thinking about that. If you watched the last one, thank you for humoring me. I had so much fun. That was so silly and so fun. I loved it. So I can't wait to make more. I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad you're here. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, sleep, whatever you're about to do. Okay. All right, everyone. I know the holidays can be stressful. Hang in there. Maybe we can even make a video about managing holiday stress, family stress. Not that I am any type of professional, but you know, I go through it just like the rest of us. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for being here. I hope you like the tree. Leave me a comment, leave me a like. Oh, and I forgot to really show you the tree skirt, but there it is. I did sort of a tree skirt draped over a tree collar. They were both like dirt cheap. I think the skirt came from like Marshalls or Home Goods, and then the collar was totally clearance at like Ross or something. It was such an accidental find, but I love it. And again, it kind of ties in with the wood floor, and it ties in just like a little bit of that rusticy look. All right, everyone. Well, Merry early Christmas, happy early holidays. Let me know how you are, and I will see